The hangar was so large that the human engineer felt small inside it. The rows of alien ships floated in the air, clean and shining. Bright lights moved slowly across metal walls. Laughter echoed from every side. The aliens stood in groups, tall and sharp, their eyes full of pride. They were laughing at a single ship placed far from the others. It was old, dark, and silent. This was Earth's prototype to the aliens. It was a joke. They called it slow, weak, and broken. Some said it looked like scrap metal. Others said humans never understood real space travel. The human engineer did not laugh. He stood quietly, hands behind his back. His name was Elias Ward. He had worked with broken machines his whole life. Elias listened as an alien officer spoke loudly. "This is the human failure," the officer said. "A useless design from a useless world." More laughter followed. As punishment for speaking earlier in a council meeting, Elias had been assigned to fix the ship. The aliens believed it was impossible. They wanted him to fail in public. Elias walked toward the ship. With every step, the laughter grew louder. Someone shouted that humans should stick to farming dirt. Another said the ship would never fly again. Elias placed his hand on the cold metal. For a moment, nothing happened. Then a low sound moved through the hull, so soft that only he noticed. The ship was not dead, it was sleeping. Elias frowned slightly. He had repaired many machines before, but this felt different. The metal felt warm under his hand. He moved inside through a narrow opening. The lights inside were dark. Dust floated in the air. Alien tech scanners had labeled the ship inactive. Elias knelt near a control panel. He wiped away dust with his sleeve. Symbols appeared slowly on the surface. They were not alien symbols. They were human, old human code, hidden beneath layers of foreign markings. Outside, the aliens continued laughing. They were already placing bets on how fast he would fail. No one watched closely. No one cared. Inside the ship, Elias felt something watching him, not with eyes, but with awareness. He whispered without knowing why. "I am here to fix you," the panel responded. A soft glow spread across the wall. Very weak, but real. Elias's heart beat faster. He checked the power lines. They were intact. Too advanced for a so-called failed design. This made no sense. Then he saw it. A small mark carved deep into the inner hull. Not decorative, not random. It was a symbol used only by supreme rulers. A sign that meant absolute authority. Elias had seen it once in forbidden archives. He had been told to forget it. His hands trembled. Why would this symbol be here? Why would it be on a human ship? Why would aliens laugh at something they clearly did not understand? Outside, an alarm beeped softly. The aliens ignored it. They were too busy enjoying the moment, too sure of their superiority. Inside the ship, the glow grew brighter. The ship was waking up, not because of repairs, but because it recognized him. Elias stepped back slowly, his mind racing. This was not a failed prototype. This was something hidden, something dangerous, something powerful. And the aliens were laughing at it. The laughter outside slowly faded as Elias stayed inside the ship. The hangar noise felt distant now. Only the soft hum of the ship surrounded him. The light on the wall grew a little stronger, still weak, but steady, like a heartbeat that had just returned. Elias moved carefully. He did not want to wake the attention of the aliens yet. They believed the ship was dead. That belief was his shield. He opened a small access panel near the floor. Inside were layers of systems stacked together. Human design on the surface, but something else underneath. This technology was far beyond Earth standards, even beyond alien standards. It was clean, precise, and hidden very well. Elias swallowed. No failed ship is built like this, he thought. He connected a small human tool to the port. The screen flickered. At first, nothing happened. Then lines of data began to scroll. The language was human, but old, very old. From a time before Earth joined the Galactic Council. Outside the ship, an alien technician glanced at the status board. The readings showed minor activity. He frowned, then laughed it off, blaming a sensor error. Inside, Elias was sweating. The ship's systems were unlocking one by one, not forced, not hacked. They were allowing him in. A message appeared on the screen. Simple words, clear words. Authorized human presence confirmed. Elias froze. He had no clearance level. This high, no human did, at least not officially. He scrolled deeper into the system. Hidden files appeared, locked behind layers of alien encryption. Yet, opening easily for him, the ship knew humans, trusted them. He found an old mission log. Most of it was erased, but one line remained. Vessel assigned to Supreme Command. Elias's breath slowed. His mind raced. Every species in the galaxy feared the Supreme Ruler, a being who disappeared long ago. The story said the ruler's ship vanished with them, never found, never destroyed, and now Elias was standing inside it. Outside, the aliens were growing bored. They had expected sparks, failure, and shame. Instead, nothing dramatic happened, which made them lose interest. One alien officer mocked from afar. Still alive in there, human. More laughter followed. Elias ignored them. He focused on the ship. The floor vibrated softly under his boots, like the ship was stretching after a long sleep. He reached the central console, the heart of the vessel. It was dark, waiting. As his hand hovered above it, the ship reacted. Light spread across the walls in flowing lines, like veins lighting up. The temperature changed. Air systems activated. The ship was coming online. A warning flashed on his screen. Full activation. Locked. Awaiting command authority. Elias stepped back. This was not repair work anymore. This was something else. Suddenly, alarms rang outside the ship, this time louder. The hangar lights shifted to warning colors. Aliens shouted in confusion. "Who activated the prototype?" one of them yelled. Elias looked at the glowing walls, at the ancient systems answering only to him, and understood a terrifying truth. Earth's prototype was never meant to succeed publicly. It was meant to wait, to watch, to judge. And now, the ship had decided the waiting was over. The laughter outside turned into nervous silence, as the ship that should not exist prepared to reveal itself. The nervous silence in the hangar felt heavier than the laughter before. Aliens stood still, watching warning lights flash across the walls. No one wanted to be the first to speak inside the ship. Elias felt the change clearly. The air was warmer, the floor was steady. The vessel was fully aware now. A low voice echoed through the chamber, not loud, not threatening, but calm and absolute. Observer online. Elias felt a chill move down his spine. The ship was not talking to the hangar, it was talking to him. He searched the central console. More hidden files. Opened. Records. Sealed by fear, not by technology. The name appeared again and again, always followed by warnings, always marked forbidden. The Supreme Ruler. The galaxy knew the name, but no one knew the truth. Only that this ruler ended wars and disappeared when balance was restored. Aliens believed. The ruler was one of them, a powerful being from the stars. But the ship's records told a different story. The Supreme Ruler did not trust empires, did not trust strength alone. They trusted patience. They trusted humans. Elias's hands shook as he read further. Earth had been watched long before first contact. Humans were seen as builders, fixers of broken systems, not conquerors, not destroyers. Outside, an alien commander whispered to his guards, "Deactivate that ship now." His voice cracked with fear. The guards tried. Energy fields failed. Control locks rejected every alien command. Inside, the ship responded to Elias's presence again. A new message appeared, clear and simple. Supreme Command vessel confirmed. Elias felt dizzy. He was not chosen by rank, or power, or blood. He was chosen because he was human. The ship showed him a memory. A projection filled the air. Stars moving, fleets bowing. At the center stood this very ship, silent, unchallenged. The Supreme Ruler never sat on a throne. They ruled through balance, through understanding. The ship was their voice, their final word. The projection faded, and a single question appeared on the screen. "Is the galaxy ready?" Elias swallowed hard. He looked through the viewport. Aliens who once laughed now stood frozen, fear written on every face. The galaxy had mocked Earth, mocked its prototype, mocked its people. The ship waited, patient, unmoving. Elias realized something important. This was not about power or revenge. It was a test, and the galaxy was about to learn the answer. The hangar into chaos. Warning lights flashed red and gold across the walls. Alien officers shouted orders that no one could follow. The ship no longer looked old or weak. Its surface changed slowly. Hidden lines of light moved across the hull, like armor waking from sleep. Elias stood at the center console, heart pounding, hands steady. The ship felt calm, even as panic spread outside. Alien security units rushed forward, weapons raised, energy fields activated. None of them worked. Every system they tried to use shut down instantly. Doors sealed, weapons powered off. The hangar was no longer under their control. A deep signal rolled through the station, not a sound, but a command. Every screen in the hangar turned black. Then one symbol appeared, the mark of absolute authority. The same symbol Elias had seen inside the hull. Aliens froze. Some stepped back in fear. Others lowered their heads without knowing why. Whispers spread fast. That sign, it cannot be. The ruler's mark. Elias watched through the viewport. The ones who mocked him now avoided looking at the ship. Their pride was gone, replaced by terror. Inside the ship, new systems unlocked. Star maps filled the air, showing borders, wars, broken alliances. The galaxy was unstable. The ship spoke again, its voice still calm, still controlled, imbalance detected. Elias understood now. This ship was not built to rule forever. It was built to appear only when needed. An alien commander fell to his knees, his voice shaking. We did not know. We did not understand. The ship did not answer him. It did not argue. It only observed. Elias felt the weight of the moment. Humans had been laughed at, pushed aside, called weak. Yet this ship trusted him more than the entire station. A final system activated. A main display filled with a message. Not for Elias alone, but for everyone. Judgment phase initiated. Gasps echoed across the hangar. Some aliens backed away slowly. Others stood frozen in shock. Elias clenched his fists. Judgment did not mean destruction. He could feel that clearly. It meant truth. The ship waited for input. Not a command, but a choice. Elias looked at the galaxy map, at worlds burning from greed, at species crushed by stronger empires, at lies built on power. He remembered the laughter, the insults, the way humans were treated. Then he remembered why humans were chosen. They fixed broken things. They survived without becoming monsters. Elias placed his hand on the console, not as a ruler, not as a weapon, but as a human, outside. Every alien watched in silence, their fate no longer in their own hands. The ship waited, patient as ever, and the galaxy held its breath. As the final decision approached, the hangar was silent. Not a single alien spoke. Not a single system moved without permission. Elias stood alone inside the ship, the weight of the galaxy pressing on him, yet the ship remained calm, waiting for understanding, not orders. The main screen changed slowly. The symbol of judgment faded, replaced by a record, old and deeply hidden. A message from the Supreme Ruler appeared, not as a command, but as a truth. Power always fails. Only balance endures. Elias read on. The ruler had seen empires rise and fall. Every species that ruled through fear collapsed. Every conqueror destroyed itself. So the ruler created a final test. Not for one species, but for the entire galaxy. Humans were part of that test. Not chosen for strength, not chosen for weapons. Chosen because they repaired, because they listened, because they kept going, even when laughed at. Earth's prototype was never a failure. It was a filter, a way to reveal arrogance and reward humility. The ship showed another memory. Human engineers helping alien worlds, quietly fixing systems, never asking for control. Elias felt his throat tighten. Humanity had been judged for centuries, without ever knowing. Outside, the alien leaders watched the screen, their shame clear. They had laughed, and they had failed. The ship spoke one final time, soft but absolute. Humanity passes, galaxy warned. Borders on the star map shifted. Weapons across the station powered down. Oppressive systems shut off, not destroyed, but corrected. The galaxy was not conquered, it was balanced. The hangar doors opened slowly. The ship powered down to a quiet hum, its purpose fulfilled. Elias stepped out, no longer mocked, no longer ignored. Aliens lowered their heads, not in fear, but in respect. Humanity did not take the throne. They did not rule with force. They became what the galaxy needed most, the ones who fix what others break. As Elias walked away from the ship, the symbol of authority faded from the hull, leaving behind plain, human metal. The test was over, the laughter was gone, and across the stars, for the first time, humanity was truly seen.